What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Froth Brewing Company, and they're out of Buffalo, New York. And this is their DiMaggio. So they're calling this a double IPA, and they're brewing this with Mosaic, Motueka, and Galaxy hops, and it is triple dry hop. Comes in at 8.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is just under 2 weeks old. So Froth is one of Buffalo's newest breweries. They actually opened up their doors earlier this year, so they've been open for less than 6 months at the time of this review. And they actually just did a canning release, which is kind of crazy because most new breweries, you know, they're not packaging, whether it's cans or bottles, typically for a while. So for them to do a can release was a surprise, but a pleasant one. So they released this one and another beer. And yeah, I went to the brewery and picked up a 4-pack of each. And they did the release on a Sunday, and it was like 10 a.m. and I showed up at like 2:30, and they still had 4 packs available, so I grabbed one of each. And yeah, anyway, I've heard really good things about this one. They have obviously never packaged it before, never canned it, and but it's been on draft, and a lot of my friends have said really good things about it. So on their Instagram page, they say this is brewed with Mosaic and Motueka hops, and then triple dry hopped with Galaxy. So I think it's only triple dry hopped with Galaxy, and yeah, pretty excited to get into this one. I've had quite a few beers from Froth. I've been there a couple times, and I really enjoy their beers, so hoping that this one is also pretty tasty. So let me crack this one open, see what we got going on here. Yeah, well, that's looking nice, baby. So yeah, that is looking like, you know, some sort of, you know, New England style double IPA. So that has this really nice like orange honey color, has a little bit of a glow to it. On camera, it's going to look dull because I just know how my camera rolls, and it's probably going to look dull. Has about a 2.5, 3 finger of a creamy looking head. But yeah, plays the role of a New England style double IPA, which is pretty much what they're going for, right? Triple dry hop, the whole nine. Yeah, that has a really nice sweet character to it. There is a malt character here. Again, this is actually 13 days old, so just under 2 weeks. And there's a little bit of malt. I'm getting like a little bit of bready, like almost slightly caramel malt component, more to the bready side, maybe like biscuity. But then there's really nice like candied citrus, candied orange, candied lemon, a little bit of like pineapple, I'd assume from the Galaxy, and a touch of like blueberry too, like sweeter blueberry. Slight touch of earthiness more than dank. Like slight, like a very small vegetal quality. Like it's not green, but just like a little vegetal thing going on. Smells pretty good. Yeah, it smells pretty damn solid. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. This is actually giving me like old school, like American IPAs or double IPA vibes. This is like more of like your old school East Coast IPA. So first things first, there's a pretty hefty malt presence on this one. Like it's bready, it's biscuity, touch of caramel. As it passes through the palate, more of a pithy citrus quality than candied. I'm getting like pithy grapefruit, like ruby red grapefruit though. So we'll go a little bit to the sweeter, juicier side of grapefruit, but like a pithy ruby red grapefruit, a pithy orange sensation as well. Under-ripened like pineapple, mango, a little bit of passion fruit too as well. It's actually, it finishes quite dry now that I'm sitting here drinking it. All that sweetness up front, but it actually has a little bit of dryness, and I just, on that last sip, got like a under-ripened honeydew melon vibe to it. So let's talk about the body. Body 8.1%. This is medium to higher side of medium, appropriate for 8.1%. Has a little bit of heft there to let you know it's a double IPA. The body is appropriate. The mouthfeel, it's slightly soft, it's slightly smooth. It doesn't really have a creaminess to it. It doesn't have a great mouthfeel like so many of these upper echelon New England style IPA producers have, where, you know, it's like you're drinking and it's just like fluffy and luscious and just pillowy. It doesn't have that, but it's a nice mouthfeel. It's an appropriate, it's an okay mouthfeel. I'm all right with it. So body mouthfeel, cool with me. Right, nothing amazing, but, you know, fine. The taste, on the other hand, like I said, this screams old school American double IPA to me. A decent heft behind it from the malt base. More of like a citrus rind to it. I'm even getting like slight resinous pine qualities. On the back of the palate, it actually dries out, like I said, substantially. This doesn't really have any booziness to it at 8.1%. It's drinking like it's 6.5, so it's scary drinkable from that aspect. But again, they don't say this in New England style IPA, but most places nowadays, when you're doing triple, double, dry hop, blah, 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 it's usually New England style, right? And this looks like a New England style double IPA. It just doesn't necessarily drink like one. This one drinks more like an old school IPA of some sort. Not really West Coast-ish. I mean, there's not enough, I don't think, pine and enough of, there's enough like citrus quality to this one, like grapefruit and orange, but there's not a big full-on pine resin. This is more East Coast to me. It has more of that malt base in here, and it also has some of the tropical fruits, but it finishes to the drier side of things than sweet. And yeah, there's not really a substantial bitterness on here, but there is a little bit of bitterness on the back end. So yeah, for what they're going for, which I would believe this is a New England style double IPA, for me, they've kind of missed the mark. That's just my own opinion, of course, just like all of my reviews. Stylistically, I'd give this like a 3 out of 5. This is not really drinking to be like a New England style double IPA. However, personal enjoyment, I'm enjoying this one. It's good. A lot of my other local friends here have been really digging this one. I'm really high scores from their on-tap check-ins and whatnot. I can't really go too high on this one. It's a well-executed beer. It's a well-executed double IPA. If we're talking New England style, misses the mark for me. If we're talking just a regular double IPA, here we go. I enjoy it. So Froth Brewing Company's DiMaggio Double IPA, I'm going to give that a solid 3.75 out of 5. It's good. I'd be curious to see what this beer is in about, 2 or 3 weeks, how it develops. I wonder if it's going to become a huge malt bomb, or maybe it'll develop into something even better. For me, 3.75 out of 5 is a fair score for what I'm drinking from this can, and the label is fantastic. Yeah, they're going for the whole, I guess, baseball theme. It says home run Ave on there, has a house and a home run running, the whole thing. DiMaggio is the name of it, Joe DiMaggio. I get it. Cool. I really like their labels. The one that I'm reviewing next weekend, I really love, or next Wednesday, is a really awesome label. But yeah, in general, the labels that are awesome, and I'm glad that they're canning. Hopefully they release more and more cans over the course of the summer and into the fall. So 3.75 out of 5 for DiMaggio from Froth. This was $20 a 4-pack, so $5 a can. Availability, brewery only. Like I said, I went to the brewery about 4.5 hours after they opened. They still had cans, so it wasn't like you get there, you got to wait in line or anything. At least for this release, it was pretty easy. So I think $5 a can, $20 a 4-pack. Might be a little bit steep for what I'm drinking, but like that's the going price nowadays, $18 to $20 a 4-pack. When you're talking double IPAs, they're triple dry hop. That's just how it is. Anyway, solid beer. If you've had this one, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, next week, I want to say next weekend. Why do I want to keep on saying next weekend? Next Wednesday, I'll be back for another installment of Western New York Wednesday. And until then, cheers.